Deebo Samuel. How many receivers would you currently take over Deebo Samuel is the question that Garrett proposed to us. Now, for me, not many. And I'm just a big Deebo fan going all the way back to his rookie year and watching his tape. I mean, this was a guy
loved his tape
that we talked about then. I mean, I was the guy who tweeted out before the NFL draft. I was like, man, I would love to see Deebo Samuel go to San Francisco. And the next day, he went to San Francisco.
Yep.
And there he was. Currently on the year, what is he? Wide receiver 3? Wide receiver 4? I can't remember.
I believe he's wide receiver 3 on the season.
Wide receiver 3 on the season.
I think he bumped up to 2 after last night, though.
Who?
Deebo. I think he jumped up to Deebo Samuel.
Who's that?
He's number 3.
He's wide receiver 3
Cooper
behind
Kupp
and Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, averaging
Deebo
21.7 points per game. So, Marquise Brown jumped already wide receiver 6. Look at that guy.
Look at that.
Get in there and get it done. So, like you said, where would you take Deebo Samuel in your rookie rankings today? I obviously got to update my rankings this week. But when it comes to Deebo, I mean, I'm trying to think of the guys I would take out of him. Obviously, the clear choices here are going to be the stud muffins. You know, like Jamar Chase, you would take over Deebo Samuel. You would take Justin Jefferson over Deebo Samuel. It starts to get, CeeDee Lamb over Deebo Samuel.
Yep.
Right?
Probably.
A.J. Brown?
Whoa, probably.
I mean, we're talking about a game where they hardly threw the football at all. And Deebo went off. I mean, they were even using him in the backfield, running the football.
That running play was
there was
so smooth.
Statistic that they put up last night. Yards after the catch. The dude's nearly averaging a first down after the catch. That's over 3 yards more than the next closest person, which is A.J. Brown, a fantastic receiver in his own right.
And even with Kittle back, like I saw Rob Wozniak retweeted Jacob Gibbs at JA_Gibbs_23. Deebo Samuel splits with George Kittle on/off in 2021. Kittle sideline, God mode. 35% target share, 34% of the air yards share, 35% target per route run rate. With Kittle in the game, still really freaking good. 30% target share, 32% air yardage share, 29% target per route run rate. So,
really, the only thing at this point that can keep Deebo from scoring massive fantasy points is himself, because that's always been his biggest issue. Is he's very rarely finished a season.
Right.
There's always injury bugs that have cropped up, and that's the biggest concern really with Deebo. Other than that
dates back to college too.
It does. It dates back. He had issues in middle school, if I had to guess. Like, this dude has a very hard time staying on the field. But you're talking about an offense that does not pass much. Jimmy Garoppolo, by all accounts, is a below average quarterback in the NFL, and he's still putting up these types of numbers that typically doesn't look at all the guys around him. Cooper Kupp has Matthew Stafford. Tyreek Hill has Patrick Mahomes. Devontae Adams has Aaron Rodgers. Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow. Like, all of these guys have great quarterbacks around him, and then he's got Jimmy Garoppolo, and he's still making this happen. Like, you could make an argument for him outside of injuries being the top fantasy wide receiver, and I don't know that I'm ready to put him there, but I think there's an argument to be made.
I think there's an argument to be made where he's definitely like a wide receiver 1, elite tier wide receiver. And that's not living in the moment. This is a guy, when you put they're using him in the backfield, and when he just gets the ball in his hands, we talked about this. This isn't like living in a moment, because this is literally, we talked about him going back to his college days. I mean, this is a player that we loved more than anybody else in the community. We gave him a first round grade. Mm-hmm. Remember, it came down to Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel, and we bumped Terry McLaurin out of the first for Deebo Samuel because we liked him so much. So we actually gave Deebo Samuel a first round grade. Kind of liked him as much as we liked Elijah Moore. Kind of like that same kind of, like, if you just started listening to us, how much we've talked up Elijah Moore is exactly kind of how we talked up Deebo Samuel, which we would have taken him higher. So I mentioned CeeDee Lamb. You said, okay, I don't know. What about, I'm going to go through a couple names here, and you tell me in Dynasty. I don't need answers of why. Just tell me yes or no. Who did you take? I'll give you the name, 2 names. Everything. This is all compared to Deebo. So say Deebo, the receiver. Devontae Adams.
But it's hard.
I might take Deebo. Yeah, I might take those years, and I don't know where Devontae's going to be next year. I'll take Deebo.
I'll take Devontae, but it's not. I think it's pretty close. Michael Pittman Jr.
I'll take Deebo.
I love Pittman, but I'll take Deebo as well.
I'll take Deebo there as well. Chris Godwin.
Deebo
for me as well. Stephon Diggs.
I'll take Diggs.
I'll take Diggs as well.
Don't make me be the
Yeah, I
Diggs
know you're
guy
the
on
Diggs.
this.
Shooter.
If I
No, I'm
took
gonna take
Diggs, you
Diggs.
got to take Diggs.
You don't have a choice, all right?
I'll take Diggs as well. I'm gonna give you guys a couple more here. I think these are a little bit tougher here. DK Metcalf.
That's what I was going to ask you because it's very close for me, but I think I'm still leaning DK, and
I would take Deebo.
That's coming a long way for me.
I would take
On
Deebo
DK.
because I would take Devontae over DK. So
I just like Deebo's because there's a lot of rumors out there and smoke that Russell Wilson's going to be out in Seattle after Seattle next year, and that would concern me. So with that question mark, I'm taking Deebo there because I think he's just more electric with the ball in his hands.
And I'm saying Deebo a lot, and it's scaring the crap out of me because I'm just waiting for the next shoe to fall for him to get injured.
That's why I
That's
can't
the
put
scariest part.
That's why I can't put him above some of these guys. What about Calvin Ridley?
Deebo.
I would take Deebo today.
Well, one we haven't named, Tyreek Hill. Still take Tyreek Hill over him?
Oh yeah, Tyreek Hill, 100%.
Absolutely. He's my
Tyreek
top
Hill.
wide receiver in fantasy.
Yeah, that's not. Well, Jamar Chase is my top wide receiver in Dynasty right now.
I feel.
Just because I'll take the years. I'll take
What
the
about
5 extra years.
Devontae Smith?
I love Devontae Smith, and he's been playing
Yeah,
fantastic.
these last
Sure
7
has.
weeks, he's looked
but
unbelievably good.
I still got to go Deebo.
Seriously?
Yeah. I mean, I would put Deebo in my top 5 probably
All right.
right now of wide receivers. I'm not quite ready to put Devontae Smith.
Justin Jefferson?
I'll put Justin Jefferson over top of Deebo.
Terry McLaurin. Close, right?
That one's tough.
It is. It's tough.
I'll
Good influx of young guys here. I'll take Deebo over Terry though.
I have Terry below Debo.
I do too.
I think
Like,
I'd
right
take
below.
it. I think I'd take Deebo as
Guess
well.
where I put? Guess who's right below Debo for me? Mike Williams.
I almost put him on the show sheet this week because he's been MIA lately.
I just had to mention him,
but I
I'm
was
really
like-
sad about his production lately. But I'm still going to find a way to put him in the show.
I was
It's fine.
trying to be nice and not bring him up,
No,
but
it's
then
fine.
you brought him
I'm
up.
sad.
All right.
Sad AF. but
Just a couple more here. Deontay Johnson.
Deontay Johnson is below Debo.
Debo.
For me. Yeah.
Okay,
take
agree. Then we have Deontay Johnson. Then
Did you mention AJ Brown? Because I have AJ Brown.
Let's go
above him.
next. AJ Brown. So again, you're talking about injuries.
Yeah.
AJ Brown's been hurt
Brown's
a lot
had that
lately,
problem too.
significantly.
I'm still
He's
gonna
so big
take
and strong. Come on.
AJ Brown.
Yeah.
I would take.
AJ Brown is
Brown.
similar to
They're very similar, but
to
he's
Debo,
the second on.
but he's bigger and stronger.
yeah,
I think here's the thing with Debo though. Like he is so dynamic, and Kyle Shanahan knows it. And just look what we saw like yesterday when some things are going wrong. They are manufacturing touches for Deebo Samuel. They know how electric he is with the ball in his hands. They're making so for a team like, hey, we got Jimmy. We can't run the ball. We can't throw the ball as much. We still got to get Deebo the ball. They're giving him 4 carries and he's scoring.
He looked like
And
their
they're
best running back.
Yeah, and
really
he's
did.
getting carries
He
in
did.
the red zone too. So
Great point. They are manufacturing stuff. He is electric. The only thing that doesn't allow me to put him, it's the injuries. It is what Garrett talked about. It's the number one thing. It's in the back of my mind. It's nagging me, and it's saying you can't put him above him because when he gets injured and disappears, and then all of a sudden Brandon Ayuk is the guy that they're manufacturing touches for, and he looks amazing. Like where does that leave you? You know what I mean? Where the heck does that leave you? Is he a product of this system? Is he that good? I think he is personally that good, and then they're manufacturing things for him. But when he goes down and Brandon Ayuk looks amazing, I throw my hands up in the air and I don't know what the heck to do.
he's 25. He's not injured to the point where like I'm that concerned.
No,
yet.
but he's
Like,
gonna-
I'm taking the talent.
No, but it's like you can mark it down. He's going to miss 3 or 4 games at some point because of some sort of
Yeah, but tons of
soft
players
tissue
miss that.
issue.
You know what I mean? Like it's like so many players miss a couple games here and there every year. Like almost all. Like what? What do you think of the main guys out here? 80% of them miss at least 3 games in a year. Probably at least right around there. Like
Probably.
it's such like it could just be for a minor thing or this. Like it just happens where like every player in the long run misses a couple games a year.
I
it
think
seems
Jarvis
like
Landry
anyways.
just missed his first game like this 3 weeks ago due to injury.
Well, let's not trade him away then. You know what I mean? But like almost everybody is missing some time, and I get it. You know what I mean? But like he's not to the point where like I'm that concerned yet. Like he's not Will Fuller. You know what I mean? He's not buying pet dispensers to make sure he get out here and play football. So take off.
Anytime we can get a shot in there.
Yeah. Take off the fact of the players who take. How How much draft capital alone would you give up for Deebo Samuel?
Oh, easily 2 firsts, and then some.
It's got to be 2 firsts, then some.
Yeah. I mean, gosh. I would be willing to give 2 firsts, 1 in 22, 1 in 23, and then
2 seconds.
Would you give up?
I would. Yeah, I would
you
give
do
2
2
seconds.
seconds?
I would
No,
do first.
say you got to give up a player. Would you give up 2 firsts and Brandon Cooks?
Yes.
In a heartbeat.
Would you give up 2 firsts and Tyler Lockett? That's a lot.
Yes.
Tyler Lockett just signed that long-term extension, but again, I'm worried about
Tyler Lockett's
Russell
old,
Wilson.
though. Tyler Lockett's, what, 29?
Yeah. 2 firsts and Keenan Allen.
No.
I wouldn't do that either.
I wouldn't either.
Keenan Allen's still way too productive at this point, and
Okay.
he's attached to
I mean,
Justin
so we're looking at older guys like
I'd
Adam
give
Thielen-
one.
like
I'd
Adam
maybe
Thielen.
give 1 and Allen. But
I'd be interested in that.
I don't think I could do 2 and Allen.
So all in all, this whole conversation really boils down to Deebo Samuel,
Top 5,
an absolute
6,
monster.
8.
Let's call him to be safe a top 8 dynasty fantasy wide receiver.
Okay.
He's a wide receiver 1.
Guess where I got him at?
Is this the new DJ Moore / the new Stephon Diggs?
No, because I love Deebo. It is his injury.
It's his injuries. I know.
I want to put
know.
him higher than that based off of talent and what I think I can get out of him, but I'm hesitant.
There's a good core of receivers here in dynasty fans. There's a
What about
really
what
nice
about
core.
is he above Mike Evans for you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because of his age and
Hey,
Keenan Allen, same thing because of age,
Yeah.
right? Not necessarily because you're expecting more production.
I'm looking through his game logs of not even just this year. The amount of games that he either has 5 catches and 60 yards and or a touchdown is such a drastic amount. Even through halfway through his rookie year on, even the few games he played last year, he's just been productive week in, week out. He is just so consistently productive.
Amari Cooper in him.
Deebo.
Yeah, Deebo.
Okay.
Yep.
I like
yeah,
Amari
I mean,
Cooper.
literally the
I'm
only
just-
guys
yeah,
that I think I can put ahead of him, Jefferson Chase, Tyreek, AJ Brown,
Diggs.
and Diggs. And then he's really close with Devontae Adams,
CeeDee Lamb.
those guys.
Terry
Right now.
McLaurin's in that.
Terry
kind of
McLaurin's
Calvin
right in there.
Ridley's in that
Yeah.
range there. So, yeah, I mean, Michael Pittman Jr. honestly
I
is
love
in that
Michael
range
Pittman
there
Jr.
because he
was
he's
so
scored a
cheap
lot.
in the offseason. Michael Pittman was, if you didn't buy Michael Pittman Jr., you done messed up.